What's up, XDefiant fans? It is Preach as always. Today we're going to discuss what XDefiant has to do to survive. With the bad report from Tom Henderson a couple weeks ago, to the beta of Black Ops 6 getting people hyped up for the launch of a new Call of Duty, there's a lot of reason to be concerned about the future of XDefiant. But today, I'm here to give you some hope. But before we jump into the discussion, if you guys like this video, you already know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. The first two reasons I discussed today are going to be about the game and the developers, but the third topic is going to be about us as fans and players and how the survival of XDefiant is dependent upon us as well, and why it should be important to all FPS fans that XDefiant survives. Now, let's talk about that hope that I mentioned. You may be asking, Preach, with all of the coverage of these bad reports, what makes you think XDefiant still has a chance to make it? The primary answer is because it is so unique. There are several factors about why XDefiant will make it that we're going to discuss, but this is where I want to start. XDefiant is a very unique FPS game, largely due to its use of the other IPs within Ubisoft's umbrella that they are able to pull from for this game. Just since May, we have seen them pull from the likes of Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, Far Cry, The Division, Watch Dogs, and in Season 1, Rainbow Six. They still have the opportunity to pull maps, characters, weapons, and abilities from IPs such as Assassin's Creed, Immortals, Prince of Persia, Avatar, and potentially even Star Wars, now that Star Wars Outlaws is an officially licensed Star Wars game released through Ubisoft. They should be able to pull from any IP that they have the rights to, and obviously their own IPs are number one. Personally, the Assassin's Creed faction sounds like it is going to be amazing. XDefiant being a multiplayer-only game with no direct storyline or campaign is what allows for the blending of multiple worlds or universes, if you will, to be used within this one game. The second reason that I believe XDefiant will survive is that the developers seem to really care. I do want to make note that an extreme amount of care and even an extreme willingness to listen to the player base is incredibly important, but does not guarantee that every decision that is made will be a good one. It does, however, guarantee that they are trying. I believe that Mark Rubin and his fellow developers are going to do everything in their power to make sure this game succeeds. I don't know if that means they will add a ton of additional content next season, or that they will finally get all of their netcode and hit detection issues sorted out, but I know it means that they will not rest without giving it their all to see this passion project survive. I suggested in a previous video that they add a lot more items to the store to be available at any time for purchase, and I still stand by that idea. I mentioned in yesterday's video that bringing XDefiant to mobile gaming platforms would be huge for the game. I'm sure that the developers and Ubisoft themselves have some ideas about how to gain new players and get old players to return, and I hope that they are successful with this. I know I haven't been posting a ton of XDefiant on the channel lately, but I am truly still cheering hard for the game, not only for it to be good, but for it to succeed. We need more than Call of Duty as FPS fans. We need options and variety, and XDefiant has provided that for us, and as players, we would be silly to let that die. That brings me to the third reason that I believe XDefiant will survive, and that is us. As FPS fans and XDefiant fans, we should be rooting for the success of XDefiant and Call of Duty both. XDefiant has the potential to quell COD's monopoly on the genre and has created competition. I believe that Black Ops 6 is going to be better than it would have been just due to the existence of XDefiant. And I believe the better BO6 is, the better that will push XDefiant to be. As players, we really need to be pushing for both games to make it so that both games challenge each other. Back before XDefiant released, I compared XDefiant and Call of Duty to a second gas station opening in a small town. When there is only one station, they can do whatever they want with the price of gas, the price of merchandise, and even the quality of their products, because they are the only place to go. For a long time, Call of Duty has been the only gas station in town. Now that XDefiant has opened for business, Call of Duty cannot afford to sell you inferior products, or you are going to shop down the street at XDefiant. Market competition almost always benefits the consumer, so it is important for FPS fans, whether you prefer COD or XDefiant, to push for the success of both franchises so that the product you can buy and use at the end of the day has the best chance to be the best product that it can be. So in summary, I believe XDefiant will survive because it is unique, the developers really care, and because it is important to the FPS genre that both games survive and thrive. We must stop pitting them against one another as far as the player base goes. The player base needs to push for the success of both games and stop preying on the downfall of either game, because the downfall of one will ultimately hurt the other. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn those bell notifications on if you want to know every time I post a new video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Preach out.